Hey everyone, it's Tiana from the Maniology team here with our weekly live every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. You can find us here on another nail stamping journey, whether it's a tutorial, technique, or hack. We're here to discuss the details, and we're so happy you could join us. So, hi everyone. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday. Um, and you know, I think I said this in my last video too. Everyone stay well out there. If I sound a little congested, it's because I am. And getting caught with the sick bug sucks. Also, having a 6-year-old who goes to school and catches the germs and then brings it home also sucks too. So I feel like this season I've been living in a perpetual arena of sickness. So everybody stay well out there. Take your vitamins, take whatever supplements you do, get some sun, touch some grass, do whatever it is to keep yourself well. Luckily, I am on the mend. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. And yeah, just take care of yourselves. Don't neglect yourselves. Um, Again, thanks for joining. Today, I have a really cool kind of tutorial look. So I had seen actually questions about how to do, as you can see from the thumbnail and the title and stuff, we're going to be doing black on black nails. Um, Totally a vibe, totally a mood. I am your moody auntie today, and I am here for it. So, I wanted to show you how we can go ahead and achieve this look, actually multiple ways, and I'm going to walk you through it. Um, I have been doing some testing and stuff, and honestly, if you're looking for a look that is, I'm trying to bring this up as close as possible. Actually, let me bring my napkins here so we can kind of get like a very white background so you can see this as well as possible. But do you see? This is the effect. This is what it looks like. Okay. And I am in love. It has a matte background and basically it's a shiny stamp. So this one has some pop art designs that I took off of one of our nail plates. Here is like a snake print kind of python like design, which again, I'm so in love with. And I'm going to walk you guys through this today. This is like another kind of reptilian um, black stamp. So basically it has like a shiny stamp effect over it. And I did this multiple ways. So let's go through it today. I'm so excited to share and, let's kind of crack the code for those who are interested in how to achieve this look. Now, I would say probably when you're wanting to do this and you want to choose the kind of nail plates you want to use, um, I would choose designs that are chunkier, that have thicker etched areas. So, like for example, I did this line design, and this is I believe this is our pop art nail plate, M379. So I took this design, and again, it has lines. It's not a heavily etched design, but it still came out. Does it look cute? Absolutely, but um extremely fine line designs, will it work? Probably, but I think the effect for it to come out and see the contrast between the shiny and the matte would probably be better against like a chunky design. So I wanted to try this. This is some patterns may kind of fall on the ikat. Another could be on like the shibori style or tie dye. So I wanted to test out this plate and see how these designs come out. I feel like because these are very etched type of designs, any one of these designs could come out really nicely to kind of show the contrast. Of course, if you really wanted to, you could do a French. That would work as well. Um, I thought this was going to be a really cute design too. And of course, this is a really nice way to kind of include some popular looks too. So that wavy line type of manicure is still very in. So you could use design that's like this. But I wanted to try this heart design. I thought that was really cute. Even though we're past with Valentine's Day, it's always a time for to use hearts. And I love hearts in black as opposed to like red. Red is not really my vibe, but of course, I'm always down for a black nail design. Black is always in. There's never not a time to use black polish. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. I think so. But let's just make a start because I know you're interested in how we go ahead and achieve this look. And like I said, there are multiple ways. I'm just going to show you the ways that worked for me. The key players you're going to need today is black. I'm also testing out with another kind of black dupe. I feel like when you see them side by side, it's kind of hard to see which one is which, but this is our straight up black, and this is acorn, which is a really, really deep, like black brown. And I wanted to use brown because brown is in this year. So again, I feel like next to each other, it's really hard to see which is which, but I don't know. I have two of the colors here. Is it better? I feel like you can kind of see. What? Yeah, black is just like a much richer color. I mean, they're both very rich, but this you can kind of see a hue of some brown, almost looks like a really, 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 really deep purple, but that's acorn. Okay, so I have some swatch sticks. I left this one so I can kind of walk you through the process. But first off, what we're gonna do is of course, when you're doing this on your own nail, of course, you're gonna have your base coat. And I'm going in with our straight up black and just gonna paint this over the nail. If you're wondering, these are our swatch sticks. We do have them available on our site. Hardly use them, but I thought today it would be kind of these sticks, as opposed to like the ones that fan out, are easier to stamp with, I feel like. So now that you made that one coat, it's very opaque. Just allow this to dry completely. And then we'll move on to the next step. You could do it one of two ways, completely up to you. In my experience, using matte top coats, they can get kind of finicky. I love the effect it gives, but sometimes it kind of works the way that it wants to work. So sometimes if you get a little too jumpy and you want to just go through the process and stuff like that, you can't do that with a mat. You have to make sure that everything, each layer is dried completely. Um, or else you're going to get a lot of like smudging and bleeding. So I would like to put a top coat as like a protective barrier in between the color and the matte. That's just a personal preference. But be careful and test out whichever top coat you use. I've used smudge free and I've used the our speed dry. So just make sure that they play nicely with the matte top coat that you use. Both seem to be fine. Just take your time when you're painting on your mat. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and let that dry. Um, the other players you're gonna need is speed dry top coat and a matte top coat. So this is what I'm using. And let's see. Okay. So here I already have my swatch stick, and I was like, okay, this is acorn, because to my naked eye, I'm like, which color is this? Oh no. I was like, we should do the black because I'm talking about black on black stamping. We'll just do that after. Okay, I'm gonna take this really beautiful kind of reptilian plate. It says M4 for one. And let's go ahead and do this kind of Python like snake pattern here. Now oh, sorry, it's not the smudge free. I'm gonna take the speed dry top coat and also make sure I have my stamper close by with me. Set up my workstation really quickly. Okay. And just like we would do with the regular stamping process, go ahead and put the speed dry over that design. Pick it up. And I know it's really hard to see. Okay. So you can see all the dry kind of stamp here. Let me just push these down. And there you go. That's how you achieve that look. Okay. Now I know for everyone, it's like I don't have good eyes, T. That really sucks. Because I can't really see it on the see-through stamper. Yes, I know. To the naked eye, for me, it's not such a bad vantage point. However, I do agree. And the other way that you can also achieve this look is by stamping the color on color. So let me grab some acetone here and my pineapple cotton grabber. Let's clean that off. And now let's go in with straight up black and do the same process, but now we're just using the black. Now with this, of course, you can see what it is you're doing. You can see how well you picked up. And now let's stamp. Okay, I won't lie. I think the other one, I'm missing a lot of details actually. I think you can see in the center part over here, I'm kind of missing a few things. So the speed dry top coat did work for me. Um, I've used it in this design here, which is the same stamped pattern. But even with this, I'm still missing some designs. I recommend actually using the stamping polish to get as much detail as possible. But I do think that actually using the top coat kind of adds a shinier finish. So, because after this, you wouldn't put a top coat over this. This is pretty much it. So, um, that would be my recommendation. I showed you the speed dry top coat because I know we get questions like, oh, why couldn't you just use a top coat? So if it works for you, test it. But this is what works for me. I also went with the speed dry because I feel like the finish is thicker than the smudge free, and you get better detail payoff, and that's why I wanted to go with that. But all in all, I still think it's more worth it to go with the actual stamping polish color. Okay. So now that I've shown you that it can work, let's go back to what the layers look like. So over here, we're working a little backwards because now I have to wait for each layer to completely dry. I use the straight up black polish. I also mentioned to go ahead and put a um, top coat layer in between, just because for any smudging that may happen with matte top coats, they just have a tendency to do that no matter what. Picking up pigments seem to be very easy. So now we have to let that dry. So again, the process is really simple, but as we wait for that to dry, let's kind of talk a few more things about this technique, because I have tried it with other things, with other colors, I'm sorry. I'm just going to kind of repeat the process so you guys can see. But let's do it with the acorn color instead. Because I love the black on black. I just feel like on camera you probably could see it if the color was slightly different. I don't know why, but let's try it. So here I am using plate 329. And I have this really cute kind of concentric heart design. I'm using the acorn color because that's what the base is here. And I'm going to stamp that. And there you go. So you see how the more bold the lines, the easier I feel like it is to see. In this design, you can really see it nicely on the camera too. So let's do that again. I'm going to use before I jump over to that shibori plate that I showed you, I want to use this kind of swirl pattern. So I'm still sticking with acorn. Oh shoot. I said oh shoot because I didn't clean my stamper. Okay, and there you go. So there are some thin line designs, they transferred perfectly. Um, but again, seeing those thicker lines, you can really see nice contrast in between the matte background and the shiny foreground. Love this. I love the way that it looks. Okay, let's do this again and let's bring in that shibori plate that I had mentioned to you guys. Bring in M446. And honestly, I don't have really, I keep looking at this design just because I think it's really pretty. This one could be cool too. So I really don't have a preference, but let's try. Beautiful pickup. And now let's go ahead and transfer that. Beautiful. I think for those times that you want something that's, you know, understated, not really loud on your nails. I mean, the color itself is bold because it's a really deep, dark color. But to have like a little stamp design of the same color but in a different finish is just, I love it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I had seen this as a comment in our Facebook community, and someone was asking, like, oh, how do you achieve that design? And I was like, oh my gosh, this is right up my alley. And I feel like this would be a good opportunity to teach how to achieve this design because this is just, yeah, wearing really dark colors is something I'm super passionate about. I don't know why. I think it just kind of speaks to my childhood, honestly. Um, so let's come back to this black. So you see it's shiny. And so what we have done, let's just go and recap because I'm doing so many things in between to make sure that this puppy dries properly. So first coat was straight up black. Then we did the speed dry top coat. Now we're gonna go in with the matte. The matte also has to dry. So again, we're not gonna do anything to this until that layer is dry. So let's go in with the matte top coat. Don't rush it. Matte top coats have a way of showing every single imperfection known to the human eye. So don't forget to cap the free edge when you're doing this on yourself. And let's wait for that to dry. Like I said, we're not touching this until the layer is dry. And knowing that, that's why I wanted to kind of get some of these swatches already swatched out for you. So let's talk a little bit about what kind of polishes this works on. So here I have um, another like test strip, and any cream polish would be a really good idea to use this technique on. So you're not stuck to just black. That's just a personal fave. But I've used a teal over here. I believe this is Honu. It is. I have Honu. This is acorn, or no, actually, this is boba. So a slightly lighter brown than acorn. And this is, that's acorn. So I've done some fine line designs as well as some thick designs. It's kind of using like a Baroque kind of feel pattern. This one is using a more type of like I think I was either using one of our lunar plates. Um, so fine line designs, it works. Again, the technique I would prefer is stamping with the polish, but you can also try stamping with your speed dry top coat. Um, as a matter of fact, I also tried using um, pearlescent kind of color. Now, this is Hail Santa. Now, if you have it already, you'll notice that this color is very, very smooth, but it does have a special effect. It's a kind of like a pearlescent finish. Some extremely fine shimmers in there. And it does have a slight kind of dual chrome to it, like a red, deep purple, violet color. And those kind of colors actually stamp really well. So here is an example of Hail Santa with doing the same technique. And I think that turned out really nice. Another thing, I think it kind of adds a little bit more shine just because the effect of the polish. But what I tell um, polishes, there are polishes I would not recommend for this technique as well. So Cream and like a duochrome with really fine pigment should be okay. Now, when you start getting into, oh, these are not the polishes. Sorry, give me a second. If you start getting into hollows or anything with chunky glitter, that's a no-no. So right here, I have Black Magic in my hand, and I also have Deep Space, both beautiful colors on their own, but for this particular design does not work. And I will show you why. The colors in themselves, it just eats up the design. Because it has already so much sparkle from in the color itself with the hollow glitters and everything. Anything that has like, I guess, seeable kind of glitters or chunk in it would just not work for this. So you need something that has a smooth finish in order to get the design to transfer. At this point, you can't even see the design. I feel like I'm already struggling with my naked eye to even see the designs on either. So these type of colors I would not recommend using. If this is a look you want to try, feel free to experiment. Um, if you feel differently, go ahead and use it. But I just feel like the effect does not come out as well um, as using cream or like a smooth duochrome. Okay, let's check on our nail that is drying with the matte top coat. Let's see. Okay, feels dry. Not getting any. Okay, so let's pick a design. Just because I have it here. Let's do a French, but I'm not gonna do like your standard French though. I want to do like actually one of these half C Frenches. That makes sense. And I'm just like, why do I keep turning the plate? It's just, I think it's my scraping, the way that I prefer to scrape. I don't feel because I'm right hand dominant. I always like to scrape in to the right. So I'm turning the plate that way. My tip kind of curved because it's kind of soft right now. But that looks cool. It worked perfectly. I think also too, if say for instance you wanted a little more shine on it, you could go over with a detail brush and some top coat and kind of highlight that a little bit more. That's completely up to you. Should we do that? I was like, why not? But you could totally just leave it like this, and that would be, really fine too. I will grab because this is just going to be rubbish anyway, so why not use it? I'm going to put some speed dry top coat on my detail brush here. And of course, if you have steady hands and enjoy doing freehand work, by all means. And all I'm doing is an added step. This is not a required step. So you see how that kind of gives it more of that glossy, more contrast. So it all really depends on what your idea is. Now I won't lie. Now that I'm done with I will clean off my brush in a little bit. Now that I'm done with that, I will just go in carefully with the speed dried hot coat and paint that portion in. So you can stop while you're ahead, or you can go ahead and make the contrast even more shiny and matte so you can really see that design pop. Like I said, not required, but yeah, I don't know. That is pretty much it for today's live. What do you guys think? Is this something you're going to use? I hope you guys do. Try it out. And, to be completely honest, that community member and stuff, I didn't catch a name, but I know some of you might actually be in our Facebook community. If you see the person who originally asked, please go ahead and link them to this particular live. That would be so helpful. And yes, thank you for inspiring me today. Let me just line this up. I'm going to clean up this area for a little bit so we can see up close the designs we did today. Just going to fold that over real quick. Loving the finish. So many things you can do with this. It's our Uber enhanced one. And our acorn with the heart and the swirl, and also that shibori pattern. So definitely tag us on our social media. I would love to see if you guys do this manicure yourselves. But that's really going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's nail tutorial. And happy snapping. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends about us. We love being here. If you love the vibes for our Maniology lives and learning new techniques and or refreshing up on a few things, we'd love to be here. So definitely, I will see you guys in the next live. Take care and stay well. Bye.